Hello guys and welcome back to another video. So in this video we would be discussing about the comparable interface in Java. So basically till now we have compared only data types or two types of integers or strings with each other. Okay, but now in this video we are going to compare, or we are going to understand how to compare two objects, two or more objects with another objects, or we can also say that how to compare the objects of a user defined class, not a predefined class provided in our Java collection framework or entire Java. So basically, your Java comparable interface is used to order the objects of the user defined class. Okay, this needs to be understood. So this interface is found in our java.lang package and contains only one method, that is the compare to. Basically, this compare to method compares our compares our initial object with the current particular object. Okay, we would be understanding this with the help of code also, but for now you just understand the theory that needs to be understood before moving on to your coding implementation. Okay, so basically it provides a single sorting sequence. So that means you can sort the elements of a particular class on the type of a single data member only. That may be any name, roll number, age, etc. That depends upon you all only. So basically first understand what is comparable interface. See, this is your simple Java class. What is done in this class is um, class name student, roll number, name and marks is defined, and a call to the constructor is made. Okay, and what after that? And we have overridden the toString method. That is easy, you all understand that it returns the string representation of the object. So nothing rocket science like that till now. And in this, this is my main class, name comparable comparator, and a main method, and a list, that is a array list to store this my student objects object values. So I did object dot add because I created an object of class student of type list, which contains the data of our student class. Okay, I have explained about the list interface collections deeply. We have discussed about hash map, hash table. So I think that till now you all know how these all things work. If you don't, please check out the previous videos. So in the last line that you might feel pretty confusing is the use of a lambda expression. So what it does is it takes this object into consideration, and for each is your kind of your for loop, which takes into consideration a lambda expression of system.out.println. For each value it would print the data. So for first part, for the first entity, it would print my string representation, that is this one. So it would be printing 1 a and 22, that is this is the roll number, this is the name, and this is the marks. So yeah, these are the roll numbers, names, as well as marks. So yeah, the roll number might be different, but yeah, for the time being you consider this roll number to be of the students of three different types of colleges. Yeah, that would be pretty okay with you guys. So now basically the compare to method, what it does is, now we would be seeing this. So your compare to method uh, compares your current object with the specified object. That is, for example, if you have studied about strings, that you possibly have done. So you do two strings. Let us say that a is this string abc, and Your B is another string, that is E F G. So what it does is, we can do A dot compare to B. Yeah, so basically A is your current object and B is the object that we are talking to compare with A. Okay, so now what happens is, it returns a positive integer if the current object is greater than the specified object. So for example, if uh, let us say now, uh, A is 2 and B is 1, so we know that 2 is greater than 1, so it would return plus positive integer. And if it might be, when it returns a negative number when our current number is less than the specified number. So say that B is 11, so now in this case it would return a negative number, and if both are equal, that is 2 equal to 2, it would return 0. Understood? But now we are talking about objects, so let us take an example of apples. See, there are various kinds of apples present here. We can classify them on the basis of their color, because this is red, this is yellow, this is green. Okay, but we are comparing these apples based on their weights. Okay, so since this apple is smaller than this apple, it would return a negative number. Okay, so see, how does your compare to works in the case of strings? Basically, the java.string compare to method is used for comparing two strings lexicographically. That means each character of both the strings, for example, if there are two strings with some uh, particular data in them, so each value is converted into a unicode value. Each item value, for example, say, let us say that A is a string of, and it contains some text such as hello. So now what it does is, H is converted to a unicode value, same as E, then L, and we get a particular integer value for that, and similarly for a B string. Okay, so now if both strings are equal, then it would return 0, else it would return a positive or a negative number, as I told you earlier. Okay, so now see, now same example, just modified. See, if we have to uh, sort this class based on marks only, so on the basis of marks, how to sort this class? So I have implemented this interface comparable, so I need to override the methods in that. So yeah, I am prompted to override this override method. So in this override method, there is a method called compare to method that compares a value with an object type of an object. So I have to typecast this object into our student class. So I have compared this entire student class based on the marks. So if my current marks are less than the marks uh, of the compare to object, then it would return -1, else while it would return 1 or 0. So in my comparable comparator interface, I have written a method of collections.sort. It sorts my objects and prints out the result. So if we see that now our B, then person named B is coming first, because I have compared it on the basis of marks. Okay, if I had to find the student having scored the maximum marks, for example, if I wanted my marks to be in this fashion, then instead of returning -1 here, I would have returned +1, and instead of this +1, would have returned -1. So that was my case for descending order. Okay, I hope you understood this video. and got to know something new about how to sort the objects. Yeah, but there's a twist in this story. The twist is that here we can compare only on the basis of marks. So let us say that we have two students that are with the same marks. Okay, so what would you do now? There exists a problem. So now in such cases, there we take example of comparator. Okay, so this comparator we would be discussing in the next videos. So till then, stay connected and thanks for watching. And if you do find any query, please comment down below. Thank you.